Go ahead.
Oh, you're bending down. Are you sure you aren't going to break a hip?
No, my hips are actually in better shape than your hips.
You want to tell me why that is?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I exercise and you don't.
Who are you calling?
Look me up. Stop.
Who are you calling?
She made a comment on my weight, so I went.
Listen, I'm gonna post on my Instagram. I'm gonna post on my Instagram.
Insults the teacher, teacher bites back, immediately plays the victim. Sounds about right. The teacher who I just age shamed, fat shamed me, the nerve.
How dare you?
Yeah, what a victim. That sums up a lot of people in 2023.
Are you systematically oppressed while your sewers are taken care of for you, while you have air conditioning, while you live in modernity and all modern technology, and every dangerous fucking job on planet Earth is done by men?
You're doing that, that's your job, and then we've got our own job, like that's okay.
Yeah, you do. You have a job, but your job is clearly far less valuable than our job, because without us maintaining the entirety of the infrastructure for which women's pampered asses can even exist inside of society, they would collapse. And how do I know this? Because I have 2,200 years of history to look at to watch the progression of them literally folding like cheap chairs and being passed between enemy armies like it was nothing. They were literally chattel if we decided that they were, and instead we have massive amounts of technological advancements which have allowed for women to even exist in modernity, and instead of being praised for it, men are treated like absolute garbage.
No infrastructure, no office to work in, no car to drive to work, no road to drive on. The list goes on. Well, let's be honest, modern society is probably at the easiest it's ever been throughout all of history right now, especially for women, because men do all the hard jobs, but that's fine because we're happy to do that, we choose to do that, we understand our role, and most women actually understand their role as well. And when you have two people, man and woman, who understand each other, and we understand our differences, and that we're not necessarily equal, society runs smoothly and we can work together.
Let me just underscore for the audience, he's 52 years old. This is a 52-year-old man who feels the need to say dirty words to make people shocked. It's bizarre. And
Cara,
and
what's bizarre is that the same big brands that stop advertising on X don't seem to have a problem advertising on TikTok and Instagram, both of which have algorithms that promote pedophile networks. I'm sitting here listening to you, and you don't seem to have a problem with that neither. So if you have a problem with Elon Musk being frustrated over advertisers trying to blackmail him into censoring free speech, frankly, you should go ahead and fuck yourself.
Wait, what?
So if you guys got this question right, I'll give you $100. So how many letters are in the alphabet?
23. 24. It's 23. No, I know it's 23. Like, I'm sure it's 23. I am so sure. I think it's 24.
Why?
I'm sure it's 23 because, like, I just know. Like, that's what I learned in elementary school. Like, 23. I know. I think it's 24. What do you want to go with? What should we go with? 24. Should we do rock, paper, scissors? Let's do rock, paper, scissors. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors says shoot. Okay, 24. 24. Is it right?
No.
Stupid bitch.
Is it different dating a trans girl? Well, this is the first relationship I've ever had with a trans girl. But the differences that I've noticed are...
You ugly.
The difference is, alright, let me tell you what the difference is. A trans girl has a cock.
By the way, the same stable genius that said the biggest problem we had in the Revolutionary War is we didn't have enough airports.
A woman has gone viral because she has a PhD and she took an IQ test next to some guy that she thought was just a dumb rube hillbilly, and the dumb rube hillbilly did better on the IQ test than she did.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21, I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I have my PhD in cancer biology, and I work in a biotech industry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, me, I don't know. PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us.
One of the biggest downsides to university expansion and to credentialism is that it convinces people that they're much smarter than they are.
He told them from the beginning that he was in the military. They didn't just think he was some hillbilly, and she instantly judged him, trying to say things like, I don't place much value on the military, which is hilarious. Where do you think the country would be without the military? This is how I know she's living in a delusion. Yes, on paper she's very clever, and she's been to college and got a PhD, but that doesn't mean anything. She just proved that. If I ran a business, I would employ that guy over her any day of the week. He's not living in a little bubble. Yeah, like a lot of these college students, I mean, they're getting brainwashed. They live in a delusion. Whereas in the military, it's not like that. You're going to learn skills, you're going to get an education, and you're going to learn how to effectively implement that in the real world. Just like this guy proved. And yeah, she got humbled.
It would be so disrespectful to think that...
To tell the truth? To tell the truth?
Lazy.
Let's assume for a second I'm a bricklayer. And I go out and I do this hard, awful, horrible job. And I started with no skills when I was doing it. It took me 6 years in order to just figure out how to start laying the brick. Okay? Because that's what it takes as a mason. And then after that, I'm wrecking my body every single day, working 12 hours a day, lifting some of the heaviest stuff you can imagine for 12 hours straight. And I come home and you're like, well, it's pretty disrespectful to me. It's pretty disrespectful to me that you think I don't bust my ass the same way you do.
I'm just saying it's as a partner, if it's a true partnership, if the way you view it, I think it seems like it's a little bit more of a business to you. So, but if you're in more of a partnership, I think it would be really disrespectful if your husband came home and looked at you building a whole home for him, taking care of his kids, pushing his kids out, and said, first of all,
I don't have a girlfriend because I know that deep down in my heart, I'm an amazing boyfriend. I really am. I'm amazing at that shit. I'm so great at it, and that's why I don't do it, because I know that being a great boyfriend is exhausting. Like, it's a lot of work, you know, so that's why I don't do it. Really, man, it's a lot of work, man. To be a great boyfriend, you gotta answer questions you don't have the answer to. You know, girls ask a lot of questions, you know, like heavy questions too, you know, questions like, what are you thinking? Nothing. Do you believe that? I'm thinking nothing right now, you know, and they don't stop there. It's deeper, existential questions. Questions like, what's wrong? I don't know what's wrong. That's why I'm watching the game.
This is what's wrong with black people.
Portion of the black men we see with white women love these white women, are in love with these white women. I think they covet something about access to white. Our base connection is trauma. Can't see myself loving someone, giving my all to someone, being able to be safe and secure with someone who can't understand that basic function of my trauma. The fact that if I get pulled over and a cop is interacting with me the wrong way.
No. Your color don't define you, man. This don't determine what you gonna be like. Stop poking me. Like, being black is just traumatizing for you. That's what it makes it seem like, right? All these people hate being black. Well, not all of them. He hates it. No, all of them hate. They agree with him. Man, it's hard being a nigga. I've had a great life. I've ran into some racist people, but man, they didn't define my life though. Y'all want to put yourself in this box. I mean, I think being black is the most liberating thing in this country, because there's nowhere on planet Earth that it's better to be a black man.
Your base connection is trauma. What does that even mean? Why are you so negative? Why is he so desperate to be a victim? Just get on with your life. You live in America, yeah, it's a good country. You can make money in America, but you want to be focused on all the negative things. What? So yeah, there are some racist people out there, but guess what? They're bad people, and that's what it comes down to. Good versus bad. It's never about black and white, it's about good and bad. And if someone's racist, then they're a bad person. Don't associate with them, but don't let it rule your life. Don't let it affect you where you think, oh, yeah, it's all trauma, like, oh, it's so negative. Like, that's so dumb. Do you know what I'm saying? Get on with your life and try and do something positive.
Sit down, sit down, sit down. Listen, you gotta get angry now, Leon. You're too down. Come on, they let him control you too much, son. You gotta get your hands going, Leon. You gotta get your hands going. Come on, listen, stop feeling sorry for your son. Well, come on then. What's wrong with you? You're too down. You gotta pull the out of fire. Come on, Leon, man. You got it, man. Come on. You got me. Sharpshooter. Come on, Leon. Let's go. Do it again. Don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me.